This is Cinderella Stories. Ashley Docking is alive, everybody. Oh my goodness. It's Blue Monday, which we just found out thanks to Haley, one of our youths behind the scenes, that today is the
Mhm.
most depressing day of the year or something like that. Which, Ashley, I don't know about you, but I feel like that checks out. I feel like you got stranded, but like tell your lore of what happened to you last night.
So like I try not to be too stressed out about travel. I know some people can't avoid it, like they get really anxious travelers. For me, it's like we take off when we take off, we land when we land, like the luggage gets there when it gets there kind of thing. But I just had a late flight. It was 10 o'clock. I wasn't supposed to get until 1. And so like those like red eye type flights, when those get delayed, it just starts to get brutal, as you know. Like, okay, now I land at 1:32, 2:33. I'm not going to get home till 3:30. So that was basically what happened. It was just like a situation where it got pushed and pushed and pushed, but we made it. We're here. We wouldn't miss a podcast, that's for sure.
Nope.
So I dragged my ass out of my coma
Okay.
to do the show. Yeah.
Well, for those who so me and Ashley always plan the show like typically the day before because if you ever work in sports or in news, you always know there's a 24 news cycle and you try to get the most relevant information. And so yesterday afternoon when we were planning, like Ash was literally in her car, like
At a
waiting
football facility.
at the football facility, waiting
Yeah.
for her late night flight to happen. And then on top of that, it got pushed. And we're on the phone, and she's like, "Great, mechanical errors." And I was like, "Okay, so virtual tomorrow."
Yeah. Well, also,
Virtual.
did I even tell you someone tried to steal my rental car?
W-
Yeah. So when
Wait,
I
wait,
finished,
you told me about the rental, but not the rental car.
yeah, they tried to steal it. So I was at the field, finished my games, changed, went to go get some food, came back to drop something off. And if you have keyless entry, you know that there's a little cover on
Yeah.
where the actual keyhole is, that if your fob's not working, you can still use your key. So you like pop it off on the bottom. It was gone and missing, and there was like scratch marks all over the handle. Like someone tried to like jimmy it off and then try to get in. And I was just like, oh my gosh, what is this going to do? Like the rental company is going to try and sue me. They're going to try and charge me so much. And I was like, what's the best course of action here? Like, do I not say anything and hope that they don't report it? Do I like lie, or do I just lead with honesty because honesty is the best policy? And so I was just like, I'm just going to tell them what I think happened and see what they say and hope that it's not going to be something where I have to pay a deductible. Anyway, I got there and I was like, yeah, listen, this, I think someone tried to break in the car, told the exact same story. And he looked at me and he shrugged and he said, yeah, those things come off in the car wash all the time. So I'm just not even going to mark it down. I said, okay,
King!
see ya.
Who is this king?
I said, thanks.
Thanks, man.
I got my wheelie and I like ran away. I was like, I don't want, yeah, you're not coming back for me. Sign the paper, go.
Oh
What's done is
my.
done. So a win's a win and we'll take it. And now we're here back together again
Whew.
for what our second last Cinderella stories together before you jet set off to Milan.
Yeah. Is it my second last? Yeah, yeah, it
Yeah.
is. Yeah. Wow. My
Yeah.
gosh.
You
It's
better
coming up
get
so
ready, girl.
fast. I know I'm ready, but it's just well, trying to be, but like it's just
Yeah.
also it's like everything's happening all at once because like even like the qualification process, like some people are getting qualified right now. Like literally
Hmm.
yesterday, like for all the sled sports, they just allocated like the individual countries how much like
How many
slots they're getting.
athletes?
Exactly.
Hmm.
So like now I'm waiting on like okay, now who you are going to officially choose. Like I have my strong suspicions. We covered one of them, Haley Clark, but and also, by the way, shout out Haley Clark. She's was engaging with our Cinderella Stories
Yeah, I
podcast.
saw she commented on the video. Thanks for sharing part of my story, girl. Don't
Yeah,
make it the first chapter. Let's go do something. Let's go do
absolute.
something over there.
Absolutely no. I think she's gonna crush it. And then also she reposted us. So we always love like anybody who like likes, shares, supports. Like this is how we talk about like women supporting women and like it's a whole ecosystem. Like help us help you, you know? And
Yeah,
like we want to be able to tell these stories and like, you know, it's a real thing when you get traction, then you could get sponsorship potentially, and then you could to get sponsored, you could keep this a sustainable model. Like I just want to be
right.
so transparent, so for real. And so, anyways, that said, I want to continue to talk about more stories today.
Mhm.
But let's get into basically about the fact that I guess like why you were there exactly. Let's just jump into football, flag football.
Okay.
And we kind of touched a little bit about flag football. I remember back last April, I believe,
During the Worlds.
yeah, during the Worlds. And I remember like telling you how back when I was like growing up, I remember asking my dad because I used to play Madden like on like the Xbox. And I'm like, what is there a women's like football? And he was like, oh yeah, no, football is just for men, da da da, et cetera.
Dad.
Basically saying like that. I think he might have said like they tried to do a lingerie league and that we talked about that. And then I brought that up when we talked
You're
about
like
that.
10. You're like, what's lingerie?
Yeah, yeah,
He's like, never
exactly. And he's
mind,
like,
never
don't worry about it.
mind.
Right? And so and so
Oh, can
anyways,
I side can I sidebar that though?
yes.
Because we used to live at Eglinton and Lawrence and Eglinton, and in Scarborough, and there's a very famous strip club that's defunct now. Um, oh my God, what was it called? I'm blanking. Oh, Caddies. There's a very famous strip club called Caddies in Scarborough. And I remember driving past it, and I guess I had just learned to read. I was with my dad. I'm like, what's an exotic dancer? He's like, stops in his tracks. He's like, a, a dancer from a different country. I was like, oh,
Well, he's not
okay.
100% wrong.
So anyway, shout out to dads who get stuck fielding these like innocent, yes, like yeah, like very tricky questions.
Uh-huh.
Um,
Where do babies come from? Like,
yeah, exactly. What's
eh,
lingerie? What's an exotic
what's
dancer?
that?
That was
Yeah.
it.
Ooh, crap. This is like there's a
Ooh,
downside when they learn how to
just
read.
crashes the car instead.
Yeah. Oh, look at that.
I'd
Look
actually
at
rather do a fender bender than explain this to my daughter. Anyway,
that.
continue. So football wasn't for girls.
Yeah, football wasn't for
Yeah.
girls, but now, I mean, that said, like middle school, we had a flag football team. I think I told you I tried out, didn't make it. Haters
Yeah,
gonna hate.
very much.
Yeah, that's what I'm just gonna tell myself that. But you, on the other hand, you grew up in flag football. We've talked
Mhm.
about that, like about your background, but you were down in Tampa, for a really cool tournament. Can you explain like what brought you down there and what was it like? What were you seeing?
It's like it's the Mecca of flag football, really and truly. So it's an organization that was named USA Flag, recently rebranded to IFlag, so
Hmm.
International Flag. And every year they have the World Championships. And everyone kind of was like, the World Championships, like, how much of the world is it? 95% teams from the US. When we first started going, there was like two or three teams from Canada. But this year, Savannah, I was shocked. So Great Britain national team, Team China, Team Canada split into two groups essentially. Team USA under the guise of ASU. Like we get it. It's just reverse look in a mirror. Right.
Nah.
And then on the men's side, Team Afghanistan. On the men's side, the Red Roosters, Team France. They're all playing in this tournament with Team USA men's quarterback playing on this team called YTG. So it really is like, aside from the actual sanctioned IFAF championships or the World Games, it is the world coming together and just balling out basically. And so that's the tournament every single year. Next year, they're moving it to LA 2027 in July. And so they're trying to line it up with 2028. It'll be World Flags in LA, Olympics in LA shortly after.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
smart. And then
Yeah.
that way can like garner like local attention too, so that like whenever the Olympics come down, like whoever the residents or whoever living in LA, like oh, I remember like the tournament happened last year, and like they might know some of the athletes might be familiar. Like that's smart. Oh, I
And
love
how many
brand marketing.
celebrities and how many celebrities and athletes live in LA? You better believe there's going to be some special appearances because there wasn't any this year, but last year I remember Tyreek Hill was there. This year, actually, a member of the Minnesota Vikings was playing in one of the comp divisions as well. So
Really?
yes, like it's ballers. Like people are making plays every single day. And so it's amazing to be a part of. And then I was also fortunate enough to be selected to do the CBS broadcast, which covered, yeah,
Hey.
which covered the world.
I was gonna ask, how was that? How did that go? And also, like, what's the biggest difference between covering flag football and like basketball or any other sport that you've covered?
It's so fast.
Oh, really?
The halves are 12 minutes. So you do your pregame interview, the half's already over, halftime interview, the game's already over, postgame interview, you're done. It's like a 30-minute
Whoa.
minute window and you're still doing the same amount of work. So it's just like boom, 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 boom. This one was to tape though, which is always interesting. I haven't really done a lot of sports broadcasts to tape. So they filmed the entire thing. I did a few stand-ups, a few hits, a couple stories, tons of interviews, and then they'll take it back and they'll package everything over the 2 days and they'll make two separate cut down broadcasts. Think Jays in 30 is
Okay.
the perfect example. Raptors in 30. where it's just like the main highlights, the bucket getters, and then you have the complete story without having to see the incompletions or whatever the case may be.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool. I love that. Okay. Well, I was thinking about the fact that like, okay, you're clearly in like your paradise, your heaven. This is your world. Like this is what you grew up with your mom and everything. And then like also
Yeah.
just like being around such a cool international experience is like probably surreal. Like, correct me if I'm wrong. It's probably pretty like surreal to see how much this has grown too.
It's like, remember when we went to All Star together?
Yeah.
And we were sitting there at one point and we're just like, yo, who would have thought that
Yeah.
there was this much interest, opportunity, ancillary events surrounding a women's sporting event? It's kind of that feeling where you're
I
just
love
looking
that.
around and you're like, I can't believe there's like, what was it, like 15 fields, but everyone is A, B, C, D. So 15 times four fields, and they're just full up of people playing football
That's
all
a
day, every day for 5 days.
for
So that's kind of the
five
feeling.
days.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you played like every single day.
I played on Wednesday and Thursday and Saturday and Sunday.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Wow, good for you, first of all. Good for you.
I'm like do 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 touchdown do 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 hello hello do 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 do
I was gonna
interception do 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 do
say.
hello hello.
Oh, was it like I mean like listen, I know that people might not know this, but like, both of us were not like 16 or like 21 anymore. So like good for our
Good for
bodies
our
for holding
joints.
up. For the joints
Yes.
are still jointing.
Yes. Shout out to my
Get
body for
no
show.
no injuries.
No, just like general wear and tear. I bruise very easily, so I do look like I've been like maybe taken captive in some ways, but it's fine. We made it out.
Okay. Okay. So
Yeah.
I saw this TikTok that kind of
Okay.
correlates, I think, a little bit to like how cool this experience was for you. And it was basically a TikToker like ranting about like when I die, I don't want to go to like regular heaven. I want to go to girl heaven. And like
Mm,
it was things like, I could wear my headphones, both ears, full volume at night and be undisturbed. It was like
okay.
basically basic safety things that like us women
I can jog at night.
instinctively do. Literally, I could jog at night. Well, I already do that, but like that's because I'm like,
But we
try,
talked about
try me.
this.
We have talked
Yeah.
about this. I'm like, I dare
You're
you,
actually
try me.
sick. Like I've been waiting. I've been waiting for this
I've
moment.
been waiting for this opportunity.
Run
Literally,
up.
roll sleeves.
Da, da, da.
Literally, I'm like almost 6 foot. I'm in my sneakers. Like, try.
Voice
Um,
drop 6 octaves. I wish you would.
yeah,
Oh my God.
literally,
Come on.
literally,
Keep the AirPods.
exactly. Yeah, I'm like, you're gonna regret that. But
Okay.
so
I hear you. I
it
see the
got me
vision.
thinking. Yeah. What would like women's sports heaven look like if
Hmm.
you died and woke up tomorrow?
In heaven.
Yeah, women's sports
First
heaven.
of all, super cute that you think that's where I'm going. I appreciate that.
Optimistic. Hey, listen, we're
I have,
about the optimism here.
I have a few amends to make, but yeah, I think
Cry
we're going upstairs for show. Maybe not penthouse,
for
but
shout.
for
Not
show.
not the
Maybe not
penthouse.
penthouse, but we're going up. It's up. Okay, girls sports heaven. First of all, I feel like everything's available in a matching set, but the sets aren't sold together. You can get a top and a bottom in different sizes. First of all,
Okay, take the cake right there. I
that's
wish I
like
thought of that.
I don't want to have to buy a bathing suit and it's all the same size, but it doesn't fit one part of me. I don't want to have to buy a tracksuit and it's all the same size and it doesn't fit all. So that's first.
Okay, okay.
Second, I feel okay. Second, for sure, I want to just be able to eat. I want to be big backed
Mm.
down to the core and I want to lose weight. As a matter of fact,
I
I
want to
want
gain
to,
muscle. I want to
I
gain.
want to be, yeah, I want to have my dream body. I want to wake up dream body and then I want to be able to eat whatever and it doesn't impact me at all because it's heaven. Why would it?
Yeah.
Do you believe, okay, sidebar, do
Uh,
you believe in ghost outfit?
Ghost outfit?
Yes, like you have to be sure that you leave the house looking cute because if you die and you don't ascend immediately to girl heaven, that's your ghost outfit because
Did you
you
make
don't
this up?
change.
You made this
No, it's
up.
no, it's a
This
thing.
is a very Ashley thing to think of.
It's a thing. I've heard it before. It's like you have to make sure you don't leave the house looking bummy. Even if you're going to Shoppers, take off your pajama pants, those checkered ones. You know who I'm talking about. If you feel triggered, I'm talking about you. Take off your pajama pants before you go to Shoppers because if you get hit, God forbid, by a electric scooter and you end up or you end up on another plane, what's your outfit going to be? So, ghost outfit. I can't believe you never heard of that.
I've never, I mean, I've heard of leave the house like you're about to run into your ex. Like
Sure.
I've heard about that one, and that one like it does give me some motivation. I won't lie on some days, but
Really?
like a little bit, yeah. Like no, not that there's like crazy bad blood or nothing, but it's just like you want to be like you regret this, regret, like I don't know. Especially when the breakup's fresh, not anymore because it's been a while, but like not, but like back when the breakup was fresh, I'm like,
Just in case. Yeah.
just in case, yeah. But
Okay.
ghost outfit.
Sorry.
Okay, so you always you wear like your ghost outfit clothes, or
Just
you
like
don't have to because you're a ghost now.
if you died and you were a ghost, could you live with the outfit you were wearing for the rest of your days until you ascended to girl heaven?
Hmm.
That's the question you got to ask yourself before you leave the house.
Well, no.
You're at the house. You're at the house. You're fine. Okay,
Okay.
let's get back to girl heaven. So I think dream
Matching sets.
body, dream sets, different sizes.
Yeah.
I think you should be able to, what'd be so cool is, do you remember in Clueless, the movie? I feel like every girl at the time wanted Cher's closet because she could like match. She had all her clothes cataloged and she could like match outfits
Oh
on like a computer
yeah.
screen. But I want that, but whatever game or athletes or sports I want to see. And I want to be able to like dial up my dream event and like press enter and then it's just like playing in front of me.
Okay. Well, this is like Barbie's dream house. I am
Yeah.
loving your girl heaven, like your girl women's sports heaven.
Those are my big three. And my last one I would like to say is I feel like there's definitely going to be, I don't know what we would call them, like gossip rooms, gab rooms, where
Mm.
you can go and you can dial up like fly on the wall conversations of people that you know on earth or don't know, as a matter of fact. And you can just like stick
Mm.
your heaven ear to the wall, and then you and the girls just listen like it's a reality show because it's the real reality show. It's life.
Tea. Tea. It's like a podcast, but like
But you're just being a
better.
nosy.
Yeah, exactly. But you're just being nosy.
Yeah. I would
Okay.
say for public privacy and safety, no visuals, no viz, audio only. Okay. We're
Audio
not creeps over here. Audio
cannot be
only.
recorded. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay. What
Okay.
about you? I know you're excited for this one.
Um, yeah, I'm excited for this one. I mean, I have like a couple of them that come to mind. I guess like off of aesthetics, I guess like in women's sports heaven, anytime you do a slick back bun or slick back ponytail, you don't have it's even slide first time. Like
No bumps, no creases,
no
no double hair
bumps.
ties.
No, exactly. It
No.
just oh my God, the way that I fight, as you can imagine with this head of hair, the way that I fight with myself, like,
Yeah.
and like I'm talking not even just the front, because sometimes you get the top perfect, slicked, choo, but then the back is like, don't look at the back. We don't talk about the back. Or like you
The
put
back is none
like
of my business.
the back is, I don't see it. Like
The back of my head is none of my business, to be
none of my
honest.
business, literally. Or like like you get like the metal clips or whatever, and you have to, like if you have the baby hairs at the back, you gotta
The
clip
bobby pins.
clip the baby hairs into the bun.
Mhm.
I'm like, but I have a metal like pin in your hair as you're playing sports, and like every so often I know that would shift even just by me running, like
Mhm.
so. Oh God, yeah. So no, so perfect slick back bun every single time is like
Yep.
it's
It
up
would
there
save
for
a lot of
me.
time. Yeah.
Yep, yep, yep. I think as well. Okay, well, I was thinking also like I guess like money doesn't even matter as much, but like equal pay, equal viewership, like
Wait,
the
you're working
games
in heaven?
games
Not
are
my
well
heaven.
attended.
Not my
Well,
heaven.
I guess I was just thinking like I don't we don't need to make money if we're in heaven. It was like
Girl, why are you
ping
working in
Gucci
heaven?
bag. Yeah.
No.
Well, like
No.
does girl heaven have designer bags?
Yeah, yeah, I can. Yeah. It's a mall.
Okay.
Everything's free.
But then doesn't that defeat the purpose? Not to get too like philosophical, but doesn't that defeat the purpose if you have whatever you want?
What are you talking
Like
about?
the
It's
value of the bag will drop if everybody could have the same bag.
Savannah. We're talking about girl heaven right now.
I know,
And you're
I
talking about
know.
economics? Pass. Next. Next.
Okay, but like, packed out arenas every single time, like any of you and your girlfriends are just like, let's play a game, and then like you get all the support for those who don't
Not
want to play that sport.
fans for Uno. Your stadium
Yes!
gets sold out while you play Uno.
Reverse. Like, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah,
Exactly,
yeah.
exactly. I
Okay,
love I
okay.
love a packed out stadium. Hype yourself up. And ooh, I don't even like really think of a third one but like,
I think you should also, I think everyone gets one trap door to hell on someone else.
that's horrible.
But you have to go. No, no,
But
no.
then how
Hear
fast
me
would it be
out.
pulled on you?
Hear me out. No, not on me. No, all
I
of
was like, me
they're all
too.
down there already. No, no, but then you have to go to a council
Okay.
and you get to choose the council,
Okay.
and then they determine if it's a valid trapdoor. Like
Okay.
evidence is presented from both sides.
Oh my God. Okay. 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 I see that. I see
And you can
that. But
only use it
like,
once. You can only use it once and you're there forever.
so it's like
Like
a
your one
coach's
time out.
review.
You have like one time out. Yeah.
Yeah. And make sure you get that review correct. What
Yeah.
if you are correct and the council like you unanimously is like, yeah, that person needs to go. Then you get
I
another one?
no. You just get one.
Oh, okay. Well then
Yeah,
I
yeah. You just get the one. We can't be doing
now
that,
you're
all that.
snitching and now you're having like big brother in heaven now, which is big sister in heaven.
Yeah, I hate to see it.
Okay. 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 Well, actually, I remembered one from last night that I thought about. That I just came
Uh,
back to memory. No ACL tears, no matter where in your cycle you are.
okay.
Like that's a big one. No injuries.
You're really trying to get to work in heaven. You're doing high
Yeah,
octane
I'm
activities, you're getting jobs, you want funds, you're worried about economics. Like, girl,
like go heaven.
I hope there's different floors because that's not my heaven. Not my heaven.
Maybe this is not quite the penthouse either over here. This is like
Yeah. That's the
level
first floor.
two. Yeah, first floor or level two.
You got a 9 to 5. I work in retail.
Just
You're
happen to
taking
make it,
you're taking care of the
honestly.
matching sets. You just made the
Yeah.
cut.
Yeah, exactly. I think like I don't know, it sounds like flag football for you was definitely some version of girl
Oh,
heaven.
it was awesome. I love it so
Yeah.
much. And everyone like knows each other. They played together in different ways, shapes, or forms, or have crossed each other's paths in different competitions. So yeah, it's really, I think it's a rarity, honestly, as an adult to kind of experience something like that. It really is childhood core because that's what you do when you're a kid in sports. You go to these big tournaments, you're traveling with your team,
Yeah.
you're staying in hotels, you're going to team dinners and stuff like that. So it is kind of like a throwback in that regard.
I could totally see that. I remember like some of my best memories of like, going through all that was playing AAU basketball and like traveling
Yeah.
to the States and then like being in these like packed gyms of like, hundreds and hundreds of athletes and parents. And you get the odd
Mhm.
like celebrity that has their daughter competing like in whatever
Yeah.
tournament. And like the energy is just like, if anybody who's ever like didn't have the chance to really grow up playing sports at a competitive level like that, um, it's unmatched. Like I really truly cannot compare it to like anything. Like sometimes I think that like I've gotten into broadcast because at that same adrenaline rush, but even
Mhm.
that is not quite the same as like just being out there, as playing, as feeling that pressure, but then also like knowing that we're all doing this really fun, cool activity like together, but we also like, I'm gonna cross you next game. Like, it's like it's competitive, but like healthy. And I think it's like, I know we talk about like it's such a good outlet, but like there truly isn't anything that, at least in my mind, that compares to like an atmosphere that's like that.
Yeah, no, it's definitely an outlet. That's such a good word. I remember during COVID when like everything had stopped and I wasn't able to play for so long. I was going crazy. And I didn't even realize it until I got back out. I was like, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Cause what do you mean? I've been like running around like an insane person with my head cut off for the last like 20 years of my life, and all of a sudden it just stopped. Like that there's like something real to that. So yeah, it was awesome. I will be back. I want to call the games next year, not just do sidelines. So
Mm.
that's like my next goal. Not to be too like okay, anyway, that was cool. What's next? But to be, I do want to call the women's game. So
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
we'll see what happens.
No, yeah, and like it goes without saying, I'm just, like Cinderella Stories team, like we are all so proud of you for like, taking space and like covering this cool sport that's emerging. I know, remember last week you even told me that like this is probably gonna be one of like this, if not already starting to be like the most what did you say?
I think it's going to have the highest participation
There you
enrollment
go.
numbers in girls sports, in youth sports.
Yeah. Amazing. Okay,
Yep.
so you mentioned the Olympics, and obviously flag football is going to be a part of it in 2028, which is really
Mhm.
cool. Um, but it got me thinking, if you were to pick up a sport today, right? And
Yeah.
now this is coming off of the back of a post that you sent me, but I also seen a couple TikToks on it, of somebody going to a handball tryout for the US like national team. And that's because handball is in the Olympics as well. And if you're the host country, you automatically get a spot. And
Yeah.
so you just basically got to show up and make the team, you know? And so we're talking like you could be left bench, but like at least you could call yourself an Olympian if you're because your team's automatically qualified. So if you were to pick up a sport today that is qualified potentially for the next Olympics, we'll include winter in this as well. What sport would you pick?
Okay. I've given this a lot of thought. So, first and foremost, I would say pretty much any sport that you choose, I don't think it can be an individual sport.
Mm,
If you only have a year to learn it and you need to be the one to master every single part of it, every single skill, I just don't think that you're going to have the time to do so. Like, I'm going to do fencing. No. I'm going to do boxing. No. All the people that have done things like that, tennis, table tennis. No, I'm not going to be able to get to that level in a year. It's just not, it's theoretically not going to happen. So that is a hill I will die on. You cannot do it in an individual sport. It has to be
mm,
in a team sport. So it
mm,
either has to be something that you played, something that you're familiar with, or something that is akin to what you have played in the past. So, for example, basketball and flag football have a lot of similarities: zone
mm.
defenses, body positioning, physicality. Rugby, something along the lines of that. If you want to be on the hockey team, do you skate? Have you skated? Because you can't learn stick skills and actually game philosophy if you can't even stay upright on the ice. So, team sport. And also, with all due respect, if you are unathletic in general, this imaginary game is not for you. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry because without the proclivity of movement, it just won't work. And this is why self-awareness is so important. And we're not trying to be like you can't play, but let's just be so for real. So,
But you can't play.
but you can't play with us. You could score keep though. There's
You can't
volunteer
play with
positions.
us.
There's volunteer positions all over the place. So with that being said,
Team
for
manager.
me, flag football is easy. Flag football is easy. And
Yeah.
honest to God, if I think it was in the Olympics, like what is it, 4 to 8 years ago, I would be on Team Canada, honestly, or at least be in the top 12 or something like that. And
Okay.
then I really and truly believe that. Handball, I think that's a very good option because there's a lot of the same elements as basketball. There's a lot of the same elements as football, soccer kind of thing. And then I think rugby sevens is
Okay.
something that I could do. Fast, physical, good hand, you should be able to pitch the ball. And then I know I said I would die on the hill about individual sports, but for some reason, like not for me because I can't see, archery.
I was
Archery,
gonna say this just
I
goes contradict
feel like
yourself.
for sure, but that's like the one loophole. Yeah, because you're just like zoop, like
Ooh.
you either have the nerves, you have the steady hand, you have like the vision, or
Yeah.
you don't. So I think that might be the one outlier.
Well, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Interesting. Well, yeah, definitely not for me. I would say that right now because like I literally after this like podcast record,
Yeah.
I have to go get my eyes
Oh,
checked because
mm-hmm.
I am
For
blind.
sure.
I
Mm-hmm.
actually am blind. My
Hate that.
prescription is crazy. But okay. So flag football for sure. I could totally see you like, yeah, I could totally see you if this was like if it got announced earlier that you would have made your way to
Whoa,
Team Canada.
way, whoa, way.
No, okay, not in that way. Not in that direction that you just took it. Not that way.
Hey, Dad, can you come pick me up? Yeah, no, the girls are being mean to me. I
I
want to go home.
want to go home. No, no,
I'm joking.
no, nah. But yeah,
Okay,
no. If it was
so
announced sooner, then I feel like you would have like made your way onto Team Canada because you have a familiar like your mom played it. Like your mom wasn't she
I
on Team Canada?
yes, like, what's the point of nepotism if you're not going to utilize
Exactly.
it? Hello?
You just said nobody should ever claim a individual sport, and you're like, so I think I'd be good at archery though. Like
No, not me. That was for the people. That was
for
like if you have a good vision and you have a steady hand, I feel like archery could be the outlier.
well, I
Just
feel
zoop,
like archery is really
zoop,
hard.
zoop,
Zoop, zoop, zoop.
zoop.
What
Like
what did I read a
you're just
book.
zooing.
What was it? It's gonna escape me. But I read a book and like the whole crux of the book was like literally like to like it's honestly it was like the same plot line as Karate Kid.
Okay. Oh, wax on, wax off.
Wax on, what's out? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It
It's
there I
it's
can't
one motion, one repetitive motion. You have to
yes.
master one thing. I think. Like also if you're an archer, like don't come for me. But like it's one repetitive motion. It's not awareness about other things around you, other players, impediments, several moves, counter attacks.
Yeah.
It's zoop,
Zoop, zoop, zoop. Yeah,
zoop, zoop.
and now it has all come back to me now. So I read this book called Chop Wood, Carry Water,
Mhm.
and it's totally fictional, I'm pretty sure. But like it's totally fictional. And basically it's literally the same plot as The Karate Kid, and
Mhm.
but it's the archery edition. And it took this guy 11 years to be considered like a master at archery. And like the first like five
Wow.
years, all he was doing was chopping wood and carrying water. So once again, this is a fiction, pretty sure it's a fictional book. But
Oh,
like,
okay.
so I'm like, I don't know how easy that is. Individual
Okay.
sport.
Well, what are yours then? What are yours then?
Okay, so my individual sports would be okay. So truly like
Oh, so your
handball.
philosophy is individual sports.
No,
Oh,
absolutely
okay. Sorry,
not. No,
sorry.
I do concur with you on that
Okay.
fact that like individual sports, if you are just picking up and
Real
raw dogging
tough.
it, like that's gonna be really tough, like to just
Yeah.
like get going on that. So I would say no. Um, handball, you kind of mentioned it on your list as well. I feel like that's just like so naturally basketball. So
Hmm.
I just feel like that would be a relatively easy win. I'll obviously just like gotta dust off your shoes and get back into it. And, like the biggest difference between basketball and handball, honestly, is like the net. Like
Yeah.
handball looks more like a soccer net, and basketball is a basketball net. I was gonna also add to the list. I think this is my version of your flag football,
Hmm.
ultimate frisbee, which is
Is that's
not.
on the
It's
Olympics?
not, but it
What are
should
you
be.
doing? Oh
It's
my
not, but
God.
it should be.
Why?
Because it is so freaking tough. Okay.
Girl,
Ultimate
what would you take out then?
breakdancing. Well, breakdance already took
It's already
out
out.
itself. Yeah. Oh, bowling. I take out bowling. If breakdancing can have a chance at the Olympics, then I truly believe that ultimate frisbee should be given a chance to be an Olympic sport.
I'm sorry. Are we trying to get new sports in or are we seeing what we would be good at?
Okay, well,
Because
anyways.
this is very like you played once in jam sports and now you're trying to tell
It
the Olympics
is.
to you.
Yeah,
No,
no, it is. It's exactly that. And
that's
let
not
me
this
tell you, the one time I
exercise.
played, I
Let me tell you
scored.
something. And let me tell you
And
something.
let me tell you something. It was the
Yeah.
intermediate
Oh
league.
my God.
My first time
Yeah.
playing, and I actually played pretty well. I scored a couple points, and I understood it immediately because it's the same spacing as basketball.
Do you have a real answer for the
Okay,
task at
my
hand? Did you
real
do your homework?
yes, I did. I did my own homework on my own question, and that is bobsleigh. I feel like I would be okay at bobsleigh. If
Like you would be the
I
pusher, not the driver.
100 the breaker,
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
100%.
Okay.
I
Okay.
could just like I have the muscle. Back when I was like at TMU in my university days, I had like some of the fastest like reaction times to like when you say go and you what's it called? It's kind of like the burst of speed,
Like
like
the quick
immediate
twitch.
quick, yeah, quick twitch muscle. They would be testing us for quick twitch muscle. And
Say that 5 times
oh my
fast.
God, quick
Say
twitch muscle,
it.
quick twitch muscle, quick twitch muscle, quick twitch muscle, quick twitch muscle. I can't. It's actually hard.
You can't say it 2 times fast.
Quick,
Forget
you
five.
say it 5 times fast. Exactly.
We out here looking dumb.
At least I'm not scared to look dumb. I don't care. Once you've done it once, you've done it, and it's all over.
Okay, now it's an after school program. Okay. Oh my God. Okay, so I could see that. There's one who's the Canadian athlete that did that. I think she was a speed skater or a cyclist. Or no,
Yes.
it had to be summer to winter. So she was like a cyclist and then was a bobsled athlete as well.
Yes. And she's waiting to hear actually for this Olympics. I want to say it's that. I literally just read an article about her, like, yes, Claire Hughes. What?
Yes. Do I know my Olympians or do I know my
Yeah.
Olympians?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you need to get some muscle on those legs though. Not that you're not in good shape, but like you got to be like
Oh,
pushing a sled
no.
and a person. You need to get your weight up. You need to get your protein up. You need 200 grams of protein a day.
Oh, no, like a
Eggs,
hundred
cottage
percent.
cheese, shakes. Your farts are gonna stink,
It's gonna
bro.
take more than just this bacon I'm eating on the side here.
Yeah, I
Like,
saw that. Also, stop. Immediately stop. Sav,
no,
stop.
no.
Okay. Peek behind the curtains because Sav swears, okay, she's like, you know what? No one can fuck with me on making bacon. Do you know how hard, non-derogatory, but do you know how hard it is to mess up bacon? It's literally just so good.
Let me
The
have
only way
this.
you can mess it up is burning it to a crisp. And even if it's crispy, you can like put it on a salad or something, make it a topping in like a
Let
baked
me
potato.
have this, yo. Let me have
But
my
anyway,
bacon making skills. My
Okay,
brother gave me credit.
Sav's the bacon goat. Sure, great. I love that for you.
Bacon,
Now,
an Olympic sport.
on the other side of that, this girl's just been raw dogging bacon for 2 days. That's all she's eaten. Raw out of a bag.
It's not
No side.
raw.
No sides. It's the side, actually. Some people would argue bacon's the side.
Bacon has been my main. Also, okay, I don't know. We could like, completely sidebar this, but like when you live by yourself and you only cook for yourself, for me
Sad.
personally,
A moment of silence for both of us. Continue.
I will eat whatever is around me. I will
For
not
sure.
meal plan. I'm
Okay,
not the
what's
meal planner type.
okay? What's your most so when I get into that version of myself, I just call it a struggle meal. Like I'm sorry, I don't
Okay.
have a struggle meal today. It is what it is. What's your most what's your biggest struggle meal that you've ever had that you've like still like sort of yeah,
I still
like
have like yeah, like
like
Mr.
but
Noodles.
bacon aside, okay, Mr. Noodle is your struggle meal?
And but like I do my Mr. I will say my little sister inspired me, Asia, because like she started like putting eggs into her noodles when she was cooking it. And so
Oh,
it's
you
like,
like add, yeah, yeah.
yeah, and then she starts like putting like little like, okay,
Bok
now
choy's
she's
good too.
yeah, yeah. So
Hmm.
like for sure, Mr. Noodles till this day. And I mean even like the just add water. Like
Like the
I will,
styrofoam cup one, yeah,
yeah, like it
yeah,
it hits the spot for me. What about you?
yeah. I mean, if we're being dead ass, the biggest struggle meal I ever had was water, and then went to bed. I was like, I'm not even trying.
No, not even sugar water.
I'm not even trying to cook right now. I know my cabinets are bare. I'm not trying to have a sad cracker and a cheese. Like, I'm just gonna chug this water. I'm gonna hit this hay because it's 9 o'clock, and that's reasonable. And that's reasonable. You don't want to eat too late. Your circadian rhythm. Da, da, da,
Yeah.
da. So my actual answer to that is like sometimes I'm just like I'm just gonna have this glass of water.
We'll call it a night. Wow.
I'll deal with this in the morning for breakfast. But
Well,
girl dinner, I
especially
guess. A girl dinner, I think, is also they've rebranded struggle dinner into struggle
to
meal into girl
girl.
dinner,
Yeah.
where it's just like, what do I have? I have some crackers, maybe I have some hummus, I have a couple pickles, and hopefully like a lunch meat. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
No,
that's
like
it.
that's exactly I feel like yeah, like I said, when you live alone and you're just cooking for yourself and like you don't got you're not inspired, like you're just like, what can I eat to suffice for like this
Oh, it's
moment?
survival.
Yeah,
It's
literally, I just
survival.
gotta eat to survive so I
Yeah.
don't starve. But like
Yeah.
I don't have any motivation or any drive to like explore my art and creativity in cooking today. So
Oh my
like
God.
and by that I mean salt and pepper. No. No, but like I one case
Oh my
also
God.
as reporters, people don't realize the broadcasting side of this too is like you travel a lot sometimes.
Yeah.
And they're like you have especially gone on some recent stretches where you're like back to back to back and then when you're home, you got broadcasts at home and stuff like you don't
Yeah.
have time to grocery shop. So like the one night that you're at your place or like maybe 2 or 3 nights in that week that you coincidentally happen to be at your place and you didn't have time to grocery
Hmm.
shop, you're just scrounging around. So one time, my aunt, she stayed with me at my condo. She had like an early morning
Stacked
something, something.
ants.
Yes, my stacked aunt. Yes.
Hmm.
Shout out Auntie Connie.
Hi, Connie.
She stayed with me, and then she went through my fridge. She like opened up the fridge, and this is like me coming fresh off of like I just landed in Toronto like earlier that day. Didn't do anything. She's like, oh, it's just alcohol. You just have alcohol. I'm like,
It'd
and then she's like, I guess that makes sense because like, why would you have food?
be
Like,
like that sometimes.
I'm like, yeah, I don't have fresh produce that I'm gonna spend $100 on just for it to go bad in 2 days. Like, I'm not here.
No, it's true.
So, yeah.
The girls are out here struggling. We're trying our best.
Yeah, yeah,
We're trying our
exactly.
best.
We are really trying our best. Okay,
Okay,
so wow, how do we
so
get down this road?
anyway,
Okay.
yeah, back to okay, so you think aside from introducing ultimate frisbee to the Olympics that
Yes.
you would be good at handball and
Yes.
bobsled pushing, which I do think is that's super valid. And I also would like to add speed skating.
Oh, okay, but that's an individual sport.
I
Hmm?
know, but now I'm
Hmm?
thinking, I know, now I'm like,
Hmm.
okay, am I changing my mind with new information? Which I reserve
New,
the right to
new
do.
information that just popped into the head. Okay. Really,
Inspired by
speed skating.
Clara.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
if
true.
you because I at first I was like when I was going through all the disciplines, I was like, okay, maybe cycling. Like put me in a
Mm.
Peloton and get me up a wall. But I was like,
Oh
no,
no.
you have to have
No,
so much muscle endurance. And
they're
that's the
built
stuff that gets
different.
like built over years and years of repetition. That's something that'd be very difficult to emulate in one year, have that like sustainability.
Unless you have Lance Armstrong like tactics, then you're good.
Like you're cheating,
Yeah, put the like engine on your bike. You're fine.
unless you're doing drugs and blood doping,
Yeah.
which like I don't know if I want to get into Lance Armstrong, buzzer, 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 but have you like done a deep dive on like that whole story?
No, I haven't. Like I just know like the top, the high line of it, but like I don't know.
So like the craziest, and I'll just make it short, but the craziest thing about his doping scandal isn't that he was blood doping. It was that everyone was doing it at the time. Okay. Like it was very much like the cheaters era. Think at Major League Baseball steroid era. Like everyone's on the juice, everyone's taking some blood out, putting it back in, adding more oxygenation, being able to recover faster, which means perform better.
Yeah.
But he was getting so stuck in on the allegations that I think there was one reporter in particular got them blacklisted, called them a liar, ruined their career, essentially got them fired just to protect his secret. So I don't I don't know what this makes me sound like. Maybe this sounds like someone's going to put me in a trapdoor in girl heaven and send me back down to hill. I don't necessarily think my biggest problem is that he was cheating, which obviously is unethical. My biggest problem is that in order to keep his own secret, he like ruined other people's lives in the process, which makes him like a really scummy kind of person.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's bad. That's
Just because they
horrible.
found the truth and he got scared.
Dog eat dog, he said. Like,
Cheryl Crow, how
wow.
could you?
No, for
How
real.
could
Okay,
Cheryl?
well,
How could you?
Cheryl.
Cheryl, how could you?
Oh.
Cheryl Crow. I wanted
Um,
better for you.
I was gonna say, like, speaking of like crappy athletes,
Oh,
I think I started
okay.
with this with I meant to start with this, but like
Okay.
honestly, I'm very curious to know who you picked. And I really want to touch on Unrivaled just before we like close the show
Yeah.
out. But if you were stuck in an airport with an athlete, who do you not want it to be?
My answer is very easy and like quite dark, actually. Ryan Kessler.
Okay.
He's an NHL player and he's currently just was he was in court and they decided to go ahead with a jury trial because he's accused of 2 counts of misdemeanor sexual assault, which carries up to 2 years in prison and only a $500 fine, by the way, for each count because he creeped on his daughter's friend on a New Year's Eve sleepover, allegedly.
Oh.
She was 16.
Oh.
He's
Yeah.
41, 40 at the
No.
time, I think.
Wow. 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 Wow.
So
Wow.
how can
Yeah.
you like how can I take a nap? Although
That
I'm too old for him,
don't worry,
allegedly.
you're safe. Don't worry. Leonardo too, you're safe.
Oh my God. Yeah. So that was the first thing that came to mind.
Oh
I was
my God.
like, yeah, Ryan Kessler. We'll be
Okay.
watching. And not enough people are
Wow.
talking
I
about
did
it.
not. Yeah, I was gonna
Not
say,
and in
how
the
did I not know
articles,
about this?
and in the articles that I've written about him, and we have talked about this before, Sav, anytime there's like a male athlete who's been accused of something heinous, at the end of the article is like, he was a two-time Olympian. He helped Canada win gold in 2010. You're like, okay.
Like averaging whatever shots on net, like bro,
Like, cool. Is he going to sell his gold medal to get money for food in
bail.
prison? Like, I
Like,
don't know.
oh my gosh.
Whatever. Who's yours though? Hopefully it's more
Oh,
lighthearted than mine. Mine was
um,
dark.
uh, okay. It's funny because I immediately had a list come up in my head.
Yeah.
Oscar Pistorius is the South African runner that shot his girlfriend and killed her. So
He's a Paralympian.
Yeah, the Paralympian. That was like one of the
Yep.
first ones that came to mind because like I
Yeah.
think to this day, like it's still kind of like he said, she said, but like
He got released. He's free.
yeah, he's a free man and he was originally like wasn't he like facing 10 years? And
Yeah,
like
it was that trial was crazy. They had him walk around
yeah,
without his prosthetics on to prove that he like wasn't could not possibly be a menacing figure. Bro. It was a fucking circus. Yeah. They're like, how could he shoot down the door? He can barely get himself up in this chair. It's like he's an Olympian.
that was the defense.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
He's not walking around real life without his prosthetics though. Like
No, but I think he didn't have, I don't know. I think didn't have them on or something, or he was saying that he didn't wear them at home. It was so long ago. But essentially, they were playing into the jury's ableism
okay,
and like
okay,
natural inclination to think that people that have prosthetics are not as able as others.
okay.
Okay, so who else? Oscar Pistorius. Who else?
Yeah, Sedona Prince came to mind right away.
Oh, ugh, yeah.
I was thinking about her the other
Yeah.
day. I was like, she never got drafted.
No.
And
Mm-mm.
I don't know where she is. I gotta find out where she is right now. But
So you can avoid the airport that she's at.
Yeah, literally. For those who are listening, Sedona Prince is like as a player that probably should have been drafted to the WNBA, but she has so much like ex-girlfriends that have allegedly like came out and like very openly talked about like abusive behavior from Sedona. And
Yeah.
like her teammates as well have also come out and been like Sedona's a horrible teammate. And then Sedona herself has like transferred several times to several schools. And so when it came time for like the draft, and she's like a really tall woman, like very like muscular built, has a great like WNBA body. But when it came to time to the draft, like they didn't take her because everybody heard about like
All the
whatever
allegations,
all the
which
allegations.
is even more unfortunate because she was really one of the catalysts who drove the conversation about inequality in women's D1 sports because she posted on TikTok the women's tournament gym and meals and hotel rooms and swag bags, and then did it in comparison to the men's, and it was stark. The
Yeah.
men for their D1 March Madness tournament had a full weight room built. They had racks and racks of weights. They had steak for dinner. They had swag that filled their entire bed. And then on
Yep.
the women's side, they had a rack of dumbbells that got up to 20 pounds maybe. And they had like prison sandwiches with meat and cheese on white bread in a Ziploc bag and a water bottle and a hat on their bed. Like it was really, really
Stark.
bad. And so
Yeah.
she was the one who was the illuminating force behind that. So it's
Yeah.
unfortunate that that's how her story turned out.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. It's like when somebody can like choose to go to girl heaven or like the other side, and unfortunately like she used her like I guess her power of like having that presence and that command and stuff
For
like that
bad.
for bad instead of like for good. Like
Mm-hmm.
we try on Cinderella stories sometimes. Um,
Yeah, like I would definitely use my one trapdoor if I seen her in girl heaven. Immediately.
the
Pull the lever,
council
Gronk.
agreed.
Pull the
Like,
lever. Yeah, pull the lever, Gronk.
do you have another
Immediately
one
get out of
or
here. That I wouldn't want to.
yeah,
Um,
stuck in an airport with an athlete that you don't want to be around?
no, I don't honestly like
Miles Bridges
all,
came to mind.
all the ones I was just gonna say all the ones I can think of are like predatory men. So like I don't really want to go down
Yeah.
this murderer's row of people that might hurt me.
Facts. Okay, fair enough. Fair
Yeah.
enough.
But Sedona's
Um,
a good one too.
yeah. Yeah, there's a lot, unfortunately. Okay. Before we wrap it up, I want to
Oh,
talk a
what I
little.
will say, any athlete, I would not want to be in an airport with any athlete who's like a granola queen and only believes in like natural deodorant and like washing their hair once a month
Yeah, with like natural shampoo and conditioner too. Ugh.
with their natural hair oil.
Oh, ugh.
That I would not want to be stuck in an
No.
airport like on a layover. Your flight gets delayed. You're just like,
Yeah, no, no,
oh yeah,
no.
that's it.
Yeah,
Full
no.
on granola hater.
Okay, okay. Yeah, yeah. I know the type. Okay, before we move on, let's talk a little
Yeah,
bit about Unrivaled.
before we get out of here.
Before we get out of here, because I was finding this quite interesting. So, I shot you an email earlier this week that I got in my inbox from like I believe was it Front Office Sports.
Mhm.
I'm like subscribed. I pay for their subscription because I'm one of those people. And they basically ran the numbers on how Unrivaled is doing this season, and it is like dropping pretty significantly compared to last year's numbers. And that's just the facts. And like, Brianna Stewart and Nafisa's husband, Alex Bazil, like they came out and they were open, they were transparent. They're like, yeah, the numbers aren't looking as great as last year, but we're in it for the long run. But when I think about like Unrivaled and the fact that the format is 3x3, and even though it's exciting, it's fast paced, like to me, that's a different sport. So I want to know your take and why you see maybe the numbers dipping. Like once again, this is like not like a little 10,000 here, 10,000 there. It's like it's in the tens of thousands, like in terms of viewership numbers. Opening weekend did not perform as well as like last year's opening weekend, and like the seats are kind of more empty, it seems like, and yeah, they just not it's not even passing the eye test visually. I don't know about you, Ash.
Okay, I think it's probably a couple of things. I believe just generally speaking, people are in the trenches right now.
Mm,
And everyone's really just like fighting for their lives and worrying about the little things that bring them joy. And maybe sometimes that's not sitting on TV and watching Unrivaled. And I think we're consuming content differently where I'm watching a lot of the things that I see on social media via highlights. So that's not going to count for broadcast numbers
mm,
as well. But I think one of the things too that ends up being something of an opportunity to solve with Unrival is because it's a small venue, because it's in Miami. I think for the average sports fan, it doesn't really feel like there's that accessibility, and
Mm,
it's reminiscent of a COVID bubble almost.
yes.
And they kind of call it the unrivaled bubble. And it's not in the sense where they can't leave or they can't go. It's just like they have everything they need there. And they're in a place that has warm weather, excellent food, a good nightlife if that's what you're into. So it's a little bit PTSD inducing in that regard, where it's like a bubble, it's very insular. It
Yeah.
also feels, because of that, very exclusive. Very like, if you
Mm,
know, you know, if you're here, you're here. If you're not, like, And so I think a lot of times, like, the thing that drives the excitement around these WNBA players is the way that they're so generous with their time with their fans.
mm.
You get to see them, you get to interact with them, you get to take pictures with them, spend time with them. And we don't see that with Unrivaled because, as you mentioned, the venue's not that big. As you mentioned, there hasn't been a ton of fans that have been there because if you're not in Miami, you can't go. So unless you're actually going to get up in these tough times in this economy and fly down to Miami and get a hotel and go get tickets and then go watch, you're really not going to go do that then.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it feels like at times it's like a girls' trip that you got invited to, but you couldn't afford to go on, or you had other plans. And now all your friends are posting how much fun they're having on their Instagram stories and posting TikToks together, and you couldn't be there. So you have FOMO. And now I got to mute you guys till you get back because I don't want to feel like this anymore.
Aw. Ashley, are you okay?
Yeah, but that's kind of, I think that that's what they're dealing with, where it's like
Yeah.
it's they're inclusive just because they're WNBA players and who they are and what they represent. So that's not what I'm saying.
No,
But I'm
no, I
saying that
know.
the accessibility factor is difficult because they're not touring. You have to go to them.
Yes. Yeah, I agree. I think that's what it is too. I mean, I feel like they had a stop in Philadelphia this year, and I think that they're
Yeah.
they're adding stops to another one was recently announced. Like I can't remember which city was recently announced too that they're adding, but for the most part, their home base is Miami. And like if
Mm-hmm.
you really want to catch a game on the regs, like you have to go there. Like exactly what you said. So yeah, I also think that like, and this is my take in general, maybe not even like Unrivaled specific, but 3x3 basketball is a different sport than 5 on 5. Like, that is just a
Mm-hmm.
fact. And I think with a different sport, and keep in mind, it's also a newer sport. People are still like kind of wrapping their head around that this is like a game, and it doesn't necessarily follow, like, obviously, it can't follow the same rules because there's not the same amount of same players, but it
Mm-hmm.
definitely has a different structure, a different energy, a different vibe. Like it's not as organized sometimes in terms of the traditional like three refs and da 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 da. Like some it's lots of it like at least like in the international the FIBA side of things, like it's like grab the ball, clear, back in, da da da. Like it's very fast paced, which is cool, but there's not even like traditional commentary always on the games either. Obviously with Unrivaled because they play full court, so it's a little bit different, but like yeah, I think that like fans are when you start a brand new league, it's one thing to start a brand new league with a sport that everyone's used to seeing the certain way. It's different when you start something completely different. Like you are kind of reinventing the wheel or really putting a spin on something different and then having people adjust to that difference. And the first year, we could call it novelty. And that's what the real test is. People even ask me, like, how do you think the Toronto Temple are going to do in Toronto? Like, and I'm like, oh, first year is going to be amazing. They're going to
Mm-hmm.
sell out like every game. I'm telling you, they're going to be amazing this year. The real test will be year not
Two,
even
three.
two, three, but like, sorry, not even two. I'm thinking more three. Because I
Mm-hmm.
think two, there'll still be enough. Like the people who didn't even have the access in the first year, they
Mm-hmm.
might residue over to second year. But the real test for me would be third year. So
So
I
that's what yeah.
that's what I'm feeling for Unrivaled. And now with the added crux of these are not your like Miami doesn't have a WNBA team. So it's not even like they have a WNBA home base though they're pulling fans from directly. It's like completely brand new fans if you live in the area. And but like I said, like
Mm-hmm.
most people don't. So
I think the style of play is super valid. I personally love 3-on-3.
mhm.
I think it is very exciting. I think it lends itself well to show off a lot of like that individual skill, and an opportunity for excitement that women don't generally get a chance to have. And we've seen record numbers. You see Aaliyah Edwards dropping 40. You see Paige Becker's buzzer beaters. You get to see a lot more of their personality because of that bubble element that I mentioned before. That could be a detractor. It also makes them feel super safe It makes them feel like they can be comfortable, like they can be themselves. And the fans do benefit from it in that way. But we're talking about linear numbers specifically, traditional television broadcasting specifically. So there's a very big distinction between their popularity on social media and
Mm.
what we're seeing in terms of numbers of viewership. I would also say, I think it's interesting when you redraft every year.
Mm.
And it means that you can't be a fan of a team. You're a fan of the people that are on the team or are not on the team.
Hmm.
And I think that also, there's like an acclimation phase to that, where I'm not saying it doesn't work or it's not going to be a positive, because it's cool to see unique combinations of players year in and year out and to have that variety. But again, it's not something people are used to. And you're used to being like, I like this team. This is my team. The Roses are my team. The Vinyl is my team. But now your favorite players are all on three different teams
Yeah.
next year. So where am I rooting for? And so yeah, I think it's just an acclimation process. It's very different. As you said, it's a novel idea, and they're not afraid to take this into March,
Hmm.
April, May, and take up the television time that would have otherwise been reserved for the WNBA. Natasha Cloud said as much in an interview recently, which you shared to me. And they are prepared and they do have contingencies in place to make Unrivaled the new season of this new year, should that CBA not be ratified.
Wow, which is actually interesting. The pot only gets stirred more and more and more every week, which
Mm-hmm.
it is leverage. At the end of the day, when we
Mm-hmm.
saw that statement that Natasha Cloud made, like it's leverage. It's leverage. It's like, hey,
And they have it,
yeah,
and they're
yep,
not afraid to flex it.
as you should in a negotiation. This is the time to do it. So, wow. Anyway, like as they said, it's for the long term. And we'll see how they adjust. Like this is also the growing pains of a new league. So it's all about adjustment. As Ashley takes her selfie, she's like, "Let's wrap this up."
Gorge. No, this is fun. I'm so glad that we made it happen. Thank you, Air Canada, for getting me home safe and sound, even though it was late. And
Wow.
we're doing a watch party next week. Stay tuned. We'll have more details on our socials.
All right. Well, guys, thank you for watching Cinderella Stories. Ashley, we're happy that you're back and safe and get some rest, please. Get some
I
sleep.
know. Immediately.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, let's catch you guys next week. Stay tuned for details on the live show.